The doctor's waving his fist in my face because it's music news time. What do you got music news-wise?
Music news-wise, first music news story. Taylor Swift's ex-manager is suing Swift, claiming he is owed millions of dollars because he discovered her and played a key part in building her career. The manager was dumped soon after he introduced Swift to Big Machine Records, which Taylor eventually signed with a few weeks later after she dumped the manager.
I was always under the assumption that Taylor Swift's father purchased.
This was back before she was big.
But didn't he purchase a label? I thought her father was a wealthy man.
I heard that story as well.
Maybe this is an urban legend.
Yeah, it might be an urban legend because the way this story goes, it mentions nothing of it. The way the story goes is she had a manager back before she was anything, and the manager put her in contact and met with her and Big Machine Records, and then she dumped the manager and a matter of weeks later signed with Big Machine Records. So now the manager's coming back saying, hey, I kind of did this for you.
All of them should be fired because she's horrible.
I like your blunt opinion,
Honestly,
and I agree.
That manager's
I have never seen a live performance of her that has sounded good.
Absolutely pitiful. I mean, she actually, it scares dogs, when she sings live.
Your cat. Your
hides.
Cat
Harley the cat runs and hides.
Yeah, I saw a fur ball come up one time.
What else you got?
Number 2, Billy Idol is writing his memoir titled Dancing with Myself. Idol, who is 54, promises not to hold back on anything and will cover everything from drugs, booze, and women. And the book will be published late next year. So I'm expecting a lot of good stories to come from that book.
I can't wait to get this book.
It's going to
get him on the show.
I've seen him on that Viva La Bam, sawing off the top of Lamborghini. Was it a Lamborghini?
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
So, I mean, if that's just something that they caught on, videotape, imagine what else he has to put in a book.
He was supposed to be in the Doors movie.
He was?
He was. He might have.
Or no, you know what? He is in it. Now that you mention it, he plays a small part in it.
I think that they actually wanted him to play Morrison at one point, but
really?
he hurt himself. He got in a crazy motorcycle or car accident and shattered his leg. Didn't even break it like a normal person. He just completely shattered his leg. So they had to.
But yeah, now that you mention it, I do know that he does play a small part in that. But I didn't know he was supposed to play a bigger part.
Yeah, I don't know if it was the Morrison part he was supposed to play, or I'm not 100% sure on it. But I know that I'll do research and get back to you.
Get back to me. Email me. Because I don't want to talk to you outside of here. All right,
especially now that you're being recognized out at Bills games.
I know, I got to start carrying a shirt.
Maybe you should take my security force.
I kind of like, the
maybe Alex and Evan
Beatle mania. It's Dr. Mania through Western New York these days.
The one nice thing about having children for a security force is they're small. So you could fit them really in the trunk of the car.
Yeah. And if there's, a big crowd and they got to get through it, they're crawling in between legs.
Yeah, they can get it for you.
The bad thing is, though, if something's going on and you need them, they can be easily distracted by, like, an ice cream truck.
Well, that's a plus, too, because there's nobody judging you if you're going to sit and drink Kool-Aid.
Yeah, that's true.
So these guys will be down with it.
All right. Last story. Speaking of children.
I love this story.
This is an awesome story. I love this guy. And you found this story, so we will give you credit.
I love him.
All right. Johnny Depp. Hollywood star Johnny Depp took show and tell to a whole new level at a London school when he turned up in full pirate regalia after a fan wrote him seeking to stage a mutiny, according to what the media reports say. Beatrice Delap, I'm messing this name up.
Delap.
This is like you with a web address. She's a 9-year-old. She wrote to Captain Jack Sparrow, obviously Depp's character in the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. She's a student in London. She wrote, "We are a bunch of bidding young pirates, and we are looking to have a little help building a mutiny against some of the teachers." Johnny Depp shows up, and he, shows up and he talks to the kids dressed as Jack Sparrow.
So this 9-year-old girl writes him and says she wants to mutiny in her
against
school.
the teachers. Yeah.
And Johnny's filming. He calls the school up.
He's filming.
Gives them 10 minutes. Tells them 10 minutes. I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
So he shows up, and he shows up dressed as Captain Jack. Comes out on the stage. Calls the little girl up and tries to convince her, hey, maybe mutiny's a bad idea.
Yeah, he said the mutiny might be a bad idea because there's some police outside monitoring me.
Tell me he's not the coolest guy ever.
But yeah, that's awesome that he just showed up at a school dressed as Captain Jack.
He's outrageously talented. I think of the young crop of actors, he's really he's probably the most talented, don't you think?
Everything he does seems to be awesome.
And he always picks bizarre things, and they seem to turn out for him. He's a wonderful actor, and I think he's a great guy. Plus, he hangs with Keith Richards.
Yeah, anyone who...
Plus, he puts Keith Richards in his movies.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, to play his dad.
I'm going to have to write Johnny Depp some sort of a letter, see if we can get him in here. Maybe he can bring Keith.
Can you do that?
I'm the doctor.
And you do think like a 9-year-old.
I do. I have the brain of a 9-year-old. So this is...
Maybe my security force can help you. Write this letter. All right, folks, we've come to the end of another show. I want to thank the Froth, Fee Weibo, of course, the doctor, my sidekick, and my crack security force, Alex and Evan.
I have to go try to get on Ashley's good side after calling her a smurf.
Tune in next week, and remember, folks, if you heard it on the X.